Hi, Claudia. How are you doing?
I am good. I am burning the candle on both ends like usual and promoting this show while we're working on another one. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's amazing to see you stunning as always. Miss
Likewise.
Beauty and no, Miss Beauty and Brains herself. I'm a pageant girl like you. I think we're in the same system, except I am from Kenya, so I went to Miss Universe. I know you were in the Miss USA franchise, which used to be Miss Universe. Da, da, da.
I follow you on
But
social media. I definitely follow you. I see you. You're a beautiful lady.
no, you are definitely one of the reasons I'm here because what you do is you open doors for us. Like I look at you, you've always been my goals even before I got to this country. Always signing, always doing your thing. And the first time I encountered you was when I first moved to the US in 2007, and I would watch Deal or No Deal, and I'd always look at you and think, "Oh my God, she's so
Ah,
beautiful." And then I found out you are in the Miss USA system, and I was like, "Yes, it's a pageant girl." And then I've always followed you ever since
oh my
and
God.
I love to see it. So, of course, when I saw this show, even before I knew I was going to be doing this press junket, I was in for Claudia.
Yes. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah. So that was a fun
Yeah.
show. It really was. Deal or No Deal was amazing. And to be on, a mainstream network like NBC, and we had such success on that show, 4 years,
Oh,
4 or 5 seasons. I mean, even at the very end, we still had huge ratings, 13, 14 million people watching the show. And it's part of like American history when it comes to television. As far as game shows, we're definitely there. Like that was the biggest, highest rated show on NBC since Friends.
yeah.
Huge numbers. Everyone knows Deal or No Deal. We're in casinos, we're at games, we're everywhere. And I really have good memories of that show.
I love it. So back when you were on the show as one of the models with the boxes, did you ever get so emotionally invested that you, I don't know, cried or like you wanted to follow up with someone? Because
And so
that was an intense show.
I am a big, people think I'm a little tough girl. I am a big baby when it comes to that. When I see good people getting rewarded, I will like just break out in tears. Like I'll be backstage rooting for them. Yeah, take the money, stop, you know. And we would really cry. We would be backstage really emotionally affected because we would get into the stories of these contestants because NBC did a really good job of casting. So they would find
Hmm.
people that have really compelling stories. So you wanted them to win. You know what I mean? So when they didn't,
Yeah.
if they went home with the $25 when they could have won half a
Uh,
million, we're like into it. We're like heartbroken.
yeah. So is your past experience the reason why you wanted to be a part of this show? Because now finally you get to come on as a contestant. Did you feel like, listen, I think I know this game better than most people, and I think I know the bank better than most people?
Absolutely. I felt like this would be a no-brainer for me. I would actually have been very heartbroken if I was not included in the first season. So I'm so grateful that they reached out to me. I wouldn't it would have been kind of devastating to me because I was on Deal or No Deal since the pilot. So the fact that they reached
Yeah.
out that was super dope to me. Yeah, I know the game. What I don't know is
Yeah.
how the other people are gonna play, and I don't know the extra twists and turns. So I knew it was gonna be different, but I didn't know it was gonna be this different. Like there was snakes, there was
Right.
mosquitoes, there was backstabbing, there's
Yeah.
appliances. Who do I trust here? I don't have a cell phone. I don't have a computer. I can't call my friends, but like, girl, this lady tripping, or I can't, it's you just got to deal with it. You're out in the elements. We're outside in a tent
Literally outside. Like the first pilot that we just saw, like you guys are starting off in the mad. There's a
in
little
the mud.
old lady. And then the cast is so diverse. You have some players from other franchises, then you have the regular Joes, and then you have Claudia, who's been around this franchise. So what was it like? One thing like when I saw the show, I was like, this is great. But the moment I saw a snake, I'd be out. So what do you do?
Uh,
Because they have so much more money on the line than other game shows. Did you have
I
an
mean, it's
ick moment where you were ready to walk out?
yes, the very first episode.
Yeah.
The very first show, I'm like, wait, why am I in mud after I just got these 22 inches installed in my hair and my hair
Right.
was flowing and it's all getting all tangled up. I'm in mud. And have you ever tried to run through mud? It is so hard.
Mm,
You don't make progress. That was all real, and we had no idea what we were walking into. They were like,
yeah.
go on the corner and we're like, take one step, mud all the way up to your waist. And it's so hard to get through it. I'm like, what did I sign up for?
I know. No, it looked genuinely hard, especially for the little old lady. Oh my God. So one more question about this before I move on to more juicier stuff. Did you, when you're doing this type of a show, how do you keep yourself from taking it personal? Because the moment someone stabs me in the back, I want to be done with them. How do you like turn away from this and not hate them for life? You know, because I think
Oh, I'm not
competition
good. I'm
shows.
not good. I'm
Me
not good at that.
neither.
So anyone
Yeah.
that stabs me in the back on the shows, I don't like them afterwards. And it's still up.
I love it. As far as I'm concerned, Claudia is winning and she's walking away with Joe Manganiello. I mean, and we know that he likes some age appropriate too, which is rare in Hollywood. So that's amazing.
He's
Yeah.
good
Okay. So
looking.
now, yeah, he is. Oh, Lord. And you are too. Perfect. That's just in my head though. I'll be watching. So now obviously you're on this show, it's on Peacock. Usually when you see a former housewife on a Peacock show, we start thinking, are they coming back? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Claudia. I did not understand why you did not return for another season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like I was like it made no sense to me. Is it because you read Nini fulfilled? What was the problem? The beauty is there, the brains are there, that mouth is there. Why did this lady not come back? I don't understand. What was the reasoning behind that?
I was mentally exhausted, and then they asked me to come back as a friend of the show, and they said, "Come back and try to get your peach back." And I was like, "You should just bring me back with the peach." And then they really were focusing on coming back with a in a relationship. And at the time, I was
Mm.
dating someone that I was not ready to be putting them on camera, and I'm glad I did not because it would have totally humiliated me. So they said, "So since you're not coming back with a man on the show, you won't show that. Would you come back as a friend?" I'm like, I'd rather wait and come back as a housewife. So listen, if they want to call me now, they can. I will go
They
back
better be
now.
calling you. They
They
better be
should.
calling you. Because
They
I
should.
see Phaedra went on the Trader show and she's doing so well there. Everybody's like, oh, Phaedra might be coming back. But I'm like, I'm just waiting for my girl Claudia to come. I mean, it still make, I don't know, maybe back in the days it made sense. But when we look back now, we're like, how could this woman on this iconic scene, even just that one scene alone that you had with Nene should have been enough for you to come back. So
That's what they
fingers
say.
crossed. They better,
All
because
right.
we hear they're scrambling over there. So they better bring you back. Would you move to Atlanta just to do that? Because I follow you. You know, I'm on Instagram helping you pick out tiles. And
You are.
so would you,
Um,
because I know you've set yourself up really well in Texas, would you move and go to Atlanta just to do this?
well, it's funny because I just got with this company that wants me to help build this platform up, and they're in Atlanta. So I do have a reason to be in Atlanta. And I have my best
Mm.
friend that lives in Atlanta, my friend Alta she's from West
Oh,
Africa, Cape Verde
oh,
Islands.
nice.
And that's my girl. So I go there all the time. So there's always a reason or a way for me to be in Atlanta. And I can always get a second
Mm.
house.
Perfect. Okay. Now, last but not least, I'm going to bring it back and conclude it with our pageant stuff. So, as a pageant girl, there's something I personally call peaking at pageant. So, when I'm talking to these young girls who are going into pageantry, I'm always like, please don't peak at pageant. And for me, that's when the highest accolade that you ever achieve is that crown on your head. And you are someone who's had such a longevity in this business. I love how you carry yourself. I love how bold you are. You speak your mind, your intelligence. I look up to you when I'm looking for other Black women to model after. So, what advice do you have for our younger, upcoming pageant sisters out there, and also just young women watching you who love you as far as longevity and creating a successful career and staying beautiful and laying in your bikinis? What? Fabulous.
Don't just the level of like how you take care of yourself when you're in a pageant, don't stop that after you get out of nationals. Keep it going.
Mm.
And if you don't win the pageant, who cares? You know who didn't win the pageant that became very successful? Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Second place at Miss USA, and you don't even
Mm-hmm.
remember the girl that beat her. That woman
Exactly.
stayed focused, stayed beautiful, stayed humble, stayed sweet, stayed kind, and she's an Oscar winner now. You know that night she didn't win, she probably thought it was like so devastating. And then her life got a
Mm-hmm.
million times better when she got through it. I think pageants are great to set you up with discipline and to
I
keep
do
yourself
too.
classy. But they're
I
not
do
the end
too.
all be all. You use that to
Mm-hmm.
move on. And my young girls out there, stop trying to be like everybody else and do not emulate the girls on Instagram because they're not even living their life the way you think. You know what I mean? It is okay to be classy. I know the trend is to be so ratchet and who can race to the bottom and be the most disgusting. No, there's
Mm.
still a place where good girls do not finish last. They finish first. And I want us to bring that classy thing back because we need it. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, now before I let you go, now that you brought the classy thing back, your thoughts on Zeus. I know you've been a host on one of their reunions. I personally haven't been able to watch the show because it breaks my heart to see girls carrying themselves in that way. What's your thoughts on the network and where they're going, and yeah, their impact on Black women?
Well, I don't know if it's art imitating life or life imitating art. I mean, we wouldn't have a show if girls weren't out there really behaving like that. Do producers have a hand in this? Yes, but there's girls that act like that that are not on television, and I think that's where we need to have the conversations. I have spoken to the founder of Zeus, Lemmy, and we talked about the future of the network, and he does say he wants to definitely transition and get into some balance and have other types of shows. He's now doing
Mm.
scripted. He's now getting bigger people. So yeah, sometimes it starts off ratchet, but it could end up in a better place. And I hope that's the vision for the
Yeah.
network.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what matters is how we finish. Claudia, it's been such an honor and a pleasure to have this interview with you. Thank you so much for having me. I will
Thank
still be
you.
following your every move on social media.
I'll see you on
And I
Instagram.
will be catching you on the show too. I know you're going to win. You better.